Check WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and WNST.net. We are in Miami Beach. At some point, we'll get out and see the sunshine here. We're talking football, amongst other things. Big thanks to our sponsors, Raskin Global. My man, Leonard Raskin. What's up, Len? As well as our friends at Liberty Pure and our friend Doug, who's teaching me about fresh water. I want to drink the water in Florida. Certainly don't want to drink the water in Las Vegas. Water tastes funny in Las Vegas, Brandon Lang. You know, it does, right? You admit that.
Yes, it's bad. We actually, when we moved into our new house, we had a water softener put in immediately.
Right.
The lead, the iron that we heard about in Vegas is terrible.
You can taste it.
And so we're, my wife's, thank God, pretty health conscious. So
Liberty Pure. See, we're learning about things, especially in Baltimore, pipe stuff. Who knows, right? All right, you and I get together a couple times a year. We talk point spreads, gambling, handicapping. We thought more people would come by to us. Like Rod Woodson came by and said, "What happened to the Ravens?" Like ask, like me, from a gambling perspective on that Raven game. From the city's perspective, a bad beat. From a handicapping perspective of a kid now that has lost 2 home playoff games in a quarterbacking situation, this will continue to be a debate for future times to say, when do you bet on the Ravens or against the Ravens? It certainly felt like a good time to bet on the Ravens until it wasn't anymore, right?
Yeah, I had, when New England lost to Miami, the last game of the regular season in a game they needed to win. Mm-hmm. So you can't say they didn't play that game to win. If you can't beat the Dolphins at home when you need to win to get a first-round bye, I was on the Titans, and I actually was on Titans' money line. And that kind of jump-started my playoffs. And so the next week against the Ravens, I love the Titans plus the points. I thought 9.5, 10 was way too many. The way they're able to run the football, control the clock a little bit. We can't go to our higher power God and say, let's rewind the game to the 4th and 1 on our own 46 or 47 in the first quarter and say, okay, let's say we punt there and pin them back. Now how's the game play out? What I mean by that is I'll go to my grave saying, I know you've gone for it all year long. Mm-hmm. I get you went for it the second time in Titan territory. But it's the playoffs. It's the first quarter. You're down 7-0. As much as you want to go for it there and as much as you want to announce your presence with authority, it's too early to take that gamble. And what happened? It backfired. Now you're down 14-0 in the first quarter or early second quarter, whatever it was. And the game was, I felt, lost right there. And I just felt if Harbaugh had punted there, get a 3-and-out, get the ball back, all right, we're right where we need to be. When it got 14-0, it was big trouble in Little China.
Well, this is interesting where the analytics come in. Because Luke and I have sat here with Football Outsiders and Edge Sports and people to measure all of this and what you're a Vegas guy. What a hand says you do in blackjack. There are no weather conditions in blackjack. There's obviously how many decks are, you're dealing with a single deck or more that changes odds. But situationally, playoff situation, weather situation, home situation, how you feel about your defense, how you feel about Mark Ingram, how you feel about let's go stop Derrick Henry, whether you feel like you could do that. We get into 4th and 1, and it's just an automatic go as well to some degree where we swung the pendulum, right, that you're either always playing by the book or therefore you're never playing by the book because you're willing to break the book, right?
Yeah.
And I think Harbaugh would say we've gone for it there all year. You would say that, right? The football analytics
people would say. They were 8 for 8 on 4th and 1 all year until that game.
So once you're 8 and 8, that number would say we always get there. We always get, we can always get to the spot for 3. We're good for 3 feet. We're always good for 3 feet. So in retrospect, we do go back, like you say, wind the clock back and all that. But you don't get to wind the clock back if you're him, and you don't get to wind the clock back if you bet on them. No. Right? I mean, from your perspective,
the
for what you get for a living.
Right, the plus 10 became an outright win, and then I was smart enough to get off the Titans against the Chiefs and get on the Niners over Green Bay, and I highlighted that you get blowouts in the playoffs because teams that shouldn't be there get there.
Right.
We should have had Saints-Niners. We should have had Bills-Chiefs. which would have been a more competitive game than Texans-Chiefs.
Well, we're hearing all of that.
I know that.
Believe me, when the Raven story unfolds, that Patriot-Dolphin game, that comes up in every conversation because it completely changed every aspect of how it was going to play out.
So, at the end of the day, this is a Super Bowl we have, but everyone I'm talking to, I say, don't base everything you're thinking about with the Niners based on who they played to get there, because Minnesota and Green Bay were pretty much overrated all year long.
That's fair.
They were. On the flip side, for Kansas City's defense down 24-0 to get the required stops they needed to allow Mahomes to come back, that gets lost in the shuffle. Granted, the fumble in the kickoff to give him a quick score.
That's really incredible. That'll never happen again, right?
No, the fake punt, which gave him short field position, but you still had to get stops. To hold the Titans and Texans to 7 points in the second half, to me, it's pretty impressive. So when getting in, segueing right in the Super Bowl, if you like the Niners, you're basically saying their front four is going to be able to get pressure and they're going to be able to run the football. If you like the Chiefs, you're basically saying they're going to slow down the Niner running game like they did the Titans, and Mahomes is going to have time to throw. That's the base core of what the Super Bowl is all about. Now, you can get up into the branches and branch out 8,000 ways to other things that are going to happen. But that's what Niners want to do. That's what the Chiefs have to do. Now who does it better? And Vegas basically said, we don't know, because that's why they opened up the game -1. Vegas doesn't know. So they put the -1 out there and say, hey, Joe Public, Sharps, Wise Guys, have at it for 2 weeks.
BrandonLang.com is the way to find him. He gets all the action, obviously, in football. Bowls are all done now. I know you do basketball and you do baseball. Is there? I've been asking the gambling people about the baseball side of this, from the cheating of the NBA and Tim Donaghy and shaving points and Black Sox scandals and throwing games, to if somebody were in on the trash cans that had action, that knew that the Astros knew what pitches were coming most of the time at home. It's far more egregious than getting the call wrong last year in the NFC Championship game that pushes a game, or it's a bad beat. This is a system, right? This is stealing from this is Ocean's 11, right? This is stealing, right?
Well, the three players, their averages at home versus on the road in that series are unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I say this. My best friend's a sports agent, represents baseball players, best man at my wedding. So I've gotten to know some pitchers. The Nationals had a guy by the name of Tim Redding years ago. That was one of Tommy's first clients. He signed him, very, very good friends with Tim. And just getting to know Tim and talk to Tim about pitching. Listen, you can know what's coming. It's still hard to hit at the big league level. To consistently do it in a series and say they benefited from that and that won the World Series for them, their pitcher still has to go out there and execute his pitches. So offensively, they may have had an advantage in certain situations, but the Astros pitchers who still went out and did their job in holding down the Dodgers and so on and so forth. But just to do it. I've said this for a year. When you walk out of Notre Dame and they tap on play like a champion today, when you walk out of the Patriot locker room, Belichick has a sign up that says, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And that's what the Patriots be patting as they go. Because Belichick's always doing something shady. Think about this. This is the guy.
Well, but this is what I'm talking about.
Yes, but I'm saying this is the guy that everybody says is the greatest coach in NFL history.
Mm-hmm.
And he has been involved in a Spygate scandal, a Deflategate scandal, and we're still calling this guy the greatest ever. Bill Slim Shady, man. He's always doing something shady. But to see baseball, to put a camera in center field, to pound a trash can, to wear a wire, which he definitely had a buzzer on. There's no way you can tell me when he crosses home plate, don't touch me because I have this on. Or don't rip my shirt off because I have this on. And then to deny it, and then the lies. And Scott Boras, that once you've told the lie, you got to sell the lie, Just sell the lie.
I live near Washington, D.C. I know all about this. Yes, I'm very clear. Brandon Lang joining us here. BrandonLang.com. From the handicapping side of this and Vegas, you live in Vegas. You're wearing your black pinstripe suit here. I like that. Raiders and Vegas opening up to sports. I was out there with the Stanley Cup on the ice with the Capitals and Ovechkin almost 2 years ago now. As a sports community and what it's going to do to bring it's going to be interesting weekends when the Raiders are playing at home in Vegas.
I will say this. The stadium, as you drive down the 15 freeway.
It looks like Darth Vader on the freeway.
T-Mobile, where the hockey place is right here. Right across the freeway is the stadium. And it's black. You stole the words out of my mouth.
It looks like Darth Vader.
It looks like Darth Vader.
It's pretty wild.
I've seen a couple photos.
It's black, but as you're driving down the freeway, it's right on top of you. It's Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just this engulf black glass, gorgeous. And we hear this living locally now. In the stadium, they have a judge's chambers, they have a jail cell, and a court.
That's because the Eagles are going to come to town every year.
So if you do something crazy, you will be tried there, sentenced there, and you'll spend overnight in jail there. And then if your offense is such that they have to then transfer you to the main jail, they'll do that the next day.
Do not go to the Spearmint Rhino. Do not pass go. Is that what it means?
That's not a luxury suite right there.
Speaking of which, I'll meet everybody at Scarlett's tonight. I've been doing a little recon.
Absolutely.
But listen, it's be ready next year. I am quite surprised, though. I just found this out. I thought the Super Bowl went Tampa next year, L.A., and then Vegas.
No.
I've been told it's Tampa, L.A.,
Houston,
New Orleans, Arizona.
New Orleans, Arizona.
And then maybe Vegas. Like, Vegas isn't getting it right away. And I'm pretty shocked by that because every new stadium is supposed to get it within, like, 2-3 years.
Well, I mean, they'll do something there, right?
The Pro Bowl.
Well, they're doing the Bellagio with the draft in a couple of weeks.
Unbelievable. Yeah. That is, my wife and I got married at Bellagio. So
what are the odds on Goodell going in the water?
Nah, there'll be odds on it though.
Come on, man!
You know there will be.
We'll get some chops. We'll do it all up.
Absolutely. So.
Well, I'm going to be out west that week, and there was a thought of going because I'm flying back east, like on the Tuesday of the draft, and I thought, well, do I want to go to Vegas? Do I want to be in Las Vegas for the NFL draft? Do I do?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Trust me.
Talk me into it. I mean, I could.
And I'm there.
Oh, right. That's right.
That's all I have to say to you.
Well, last I heard, you were buying me some sushi at,
yes.
Yes. Silver, what is it? Silver?
Sugarfish. Which you were supposed to go and you didn't when you went to L.A.
I didn't. You sent me to Marina Del Rey. You know what I did?
That's it.
I had tacos.
That's
what I do. I'm in L.A.
You know what he did by not going to Sugarfish? He drove a par 4 and 5-putted. Can't 5-putt after driving a par 4.
BrandonLang.com, the way to find him, the biggest game of the year. You got any prop weird stuff you like? Anything strange? Safety in the game,
Yes, I have National Anthem. Demi Lovato has sang 4 sporting events and went under 2 minutes. She did do McGregor and Floyd and went over. Vegas is different. Sporting events are different. I'm going to go under 2 minutes. My fun prop bet, golf. I always do 1 golf and 1 Super Bowl. Tyreek Hill receiving yards -3.5 against Patrick Reed's final round score in Saudi Arabia. So let's say Patrick Reed shoots 67. Tyreek Hill's -3.5. All he's got to do is get me 71 receiving yards. You got a winner chicken dinner. Take Tyreek Hill -3.5.
There you go.
Against Patrick Reed's final round score. As for the Super Bowl, we're 24-3. We're going for 6 in a row, and I don't know yet. I woke up this morning leaning one way, and now I'm here. I'm leaning another, so I should have the pick posted here in the next couple hours when I put a gun to my head and go off into a safe place and get on my knees and pray to God because, like I said, the line's a pick 'em, and this is a tough one.
One day I'll eat your sushi. I got to meet your tailor, too, man. The black pinstripes.
Thank you.
BrandonLang.com, 2 for the money. Tell them about the movie, Pacino, the whole deal, right?
Just to have Matthew McConaughey play you in a movie. Granted, cool. 15 years ago. Just to have that be part of your legacy in life, it's a pretty cool dude. And he is as cool as he looks on the commercials.
Nice. I see him. I saw him last week. He's doing all sorts of things.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Well, it's good for the fact that no matter, my wife is 10 years younger than me, and she's Filipino, and you can Google Brandon Lang's wife. She's still a dime piece. I mean, she's 45, looks 35. I mean, unbelievable.
Now in the hell you are.
I'm not going to look that great as I get older, and I'm 10 years older. But what you just said, I can always go in the bedroom, close the door, and say, honey, Here comes Matthew McConaughey. All right, all right, all right, all right. And with that, BrandonLang.com. Let's bang home the Super Bowl.
See what you get in Miami Beach. This is what happens when it comes to Super Bowl 54. 27 years we've been doing this, and this first year Sporticulture has sent these beautiful little pieces here. I wish we had the Ravens piece here, but 49ers and the Chiefs. Big thanks to Court and everybody at Sporticulture. Liberty Pure, Royal Farms, and of course our friends at Raskin Global doing it right. And I got some investments for everyone from Raskin Global as well. I am Nestor. He's Luke. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST Towson, Baltimore. And we never stop talking Baltimore sports.